do a list of things that I need to pay, and things that I want, and things that I don't really need. I can kind of do away with.
That's true.
Okay, so females, they want to get their hair done and their nails done. I mean, that's something that we want to do, keep up our appearance. But if you see that you getting those things done and you're falling back on your responsibilities, then maybe you can say, well, I'm not gonna get these micros today. I'm gonna put a ponytail on my head. So you done saved yourself $80 because you went and got your $20 ponytail.
If they're saving good, then you'll have the money to get that $100 hair, that $200 hair, whatever it is. If you can do it that much.
Yeah.
You always want to make sure you prioritize all of your spending.
Yeah.
Remember, it's what you need and then what you want.
Yeah.
So 2 important things: what you need and then what you want.
That's true.
And this is another tip for couples. We've already said that you have to be honest, and you need to divide the responsibilities. You don't want to put too much on one person because then the stress comes back.
Yes, it does.
So we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. The bill should be 50-50. Unless it's something that's going on that you really just can't handle it that month, and then of course I got your back. But you should divide the responsibilities equal. So if you can't pay, it's your month to pay XYZ. If you can't do that, then go to another bill that you can pay.
Right.
You don't want to leave all that financial responsibility on one person. That's man, woman, whatever, because you're a couple. Some people, it's good to establish a joint bank account. But it has to be a way that we both can track it.
Yeah, both. Yes.
Yeah.
That's up front. Yeah, we both gonna track it because I need to know what's going in and what's coming out. Of course. But I also have your own.
Right. You should have 2 bank accounts each. Actually, you should have a checking and a savings.
Yes.
Each one of you. And then if you can come together, if y'all love each other, trust each other, then there should be no problem with getting a joint account. But make sure that it's tracked at all times.
Right.
So that, those are tips. So we're going to go back over what we went over before we get into the debt collection part of it. You want to make sure that 50% of your spending is needs.
Yeah.
30% is wants. 20% is savings. If you can only do 10%,
that's
save
fine.
10. But at least you're saving something so that when emergencies happen, you don't have to go borrow money from people. You don't have to go to cash. Let me tell you something. Stay away from check and cash places because the interest will kill you. Unless it's something, it's 300% most places. Unless it's something that you can pay back right away, maybe the next week or something, that's your best bet. If you go to a check cashing place, do not plan on doing an installment payment.
Yeah.
Because you'll pay triple or more. So if it's something that you just have to do, pay it right back.
Right.
As soon as you get your paycheck, don't say, they'll let me borrow again. It's a scheme.
Yeah.
To keep you locked in.
Yeah. And you're giving your money away. There go your savings right there.
You'll never be done paying them. You'll be in a revolving door. That's like people who overdraft on their bank accounts. Okay, most banks will let you overdraft up to $700.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? As soon as your paycheck goes in there, it's gone.
Yeah.
$700
plus.
Right. And then guess what you have to do? You have to overdraft again.
Yeah.
Then you're caught in that revolving cycle of still being in debt. That still means you're in debt.
In debt. And that's 35, 35, 35. Add it up.
Yeah, you're still in debt. So you always want to make sure, if you know you only make $40,000 a year, don't go out and move into a $500,000 house.
Right.
So you have to make sure you're living within your means. Of course, we all want the fancy things. And if you have good credit, banks will give you those things. But in the end, they're going to take those things away from you if you can't pay it. And then you're left with a high debt and your credit is shot, and then all kind of stuff happens.
You're stressed out and don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
So
and you're in fear of, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? What you want to do is try and make sure that you keep your credit below $600.
No. Don't keep your credit below. You don't want your credit.
Not your credit, your payments.
Yeah.
Your payments. So, well, I'm not going to go and get a car note that's $500. I mean, that's $600 a month. And I know that I'm only bringing in $1,100 a month. Because where's they going to leave me for the rest of my bills?
Right. True. Bro.
So don't be late. I'm going to be stretched to the next week. So always plan. You want to live within your means. Yeah. You can look good and still live within your means.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it, looking good on budget.
Hey, you can fake it till you make it. It's really, you have to shop around. and you find the best bang for your buck. That's with insurances. You want to keep shopping. Don't just go for the first thing.
Yeah.
You shop around with your mortgages.
Yeah.
You shop around, especially
you want
if
that low percentage.
Right. You want the low percentage and the low interest rate.
Fixed. Make sure it's fixed too.
And make sure it's fixed and it's not a balloon.
Yeah.
Another good way to make your credit go up. Go and get you a credit card. Mm-hmm. No annual fee. Mm-hmm. You can get those. Make sure you keep all your payment, even if you just use it for gas, and make sure you pay that off.
Pay it right
month.
off. Yeah. That will show good credit.
It will, and it will increase your credit score, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, my credit jumped from a 510 to a 650," before you know it. And it's just as simple as getting a low line of credit, but maybe 500.
Yeah, and
300 to 500. Just use
get
it for gas. Pay your cell
gas,
phone bill.
Yeah, pay that and just pay it right back up. Use it for something that you know you have to pay every month. So if you have a water bill. Mm-hmm. Pay your water bill with your credit card because you got to pay it in order to keep it on.
Yeah.
So, pay your water bill. Then take the water bill money that you was going to pay that. Then it shows activity. And then that will help boost your score up also. And just don't max it out because when you max it out, it shows trouble. That lets you know that you're struggling.
And it shows that let's just say they give you a $500 credit line. And I know this for sure, y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all, when I bought my house, I maxed out my cards to buy stuff for my house. But I left some on there. But guess what? It drops your credit tremendously.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
Because you want to make sure that there's still 30% left on that card every month.
Yeah. But if you can get it lower than 30%.
If you can get it lower, that's better. But you don't want it to be 80% owed and you didn't use all of your credit line. Yeah. Because it hurts your credit.
It does.
Trust me. I know, even if you're making your payments on time, with my credit cards, I have them set on auto pay because 2 years, knock on wood, thank you God, all my payments have been on time by doing this trick. Even with my car note, my credit card bills, I set it on auto pay. If nothing else, you don't want to pay the minimum payment, but if nothing else, make sure you're making your minimum payment on time.
Yeah, that's
6
true.
months, your credit limit should increase if you're making their payments on time and in good standings.
And your balance is low.
That's correct. That's true. You want to have open lines of credit to build your credit, which means a low credit card, a furniture bill, whatever it is. You want to have lines of credit open on your credit to show, hey, I have a payment history. I have a good payment history, so people will have faith and believe in you to give you things.
Yeah.
If you don't have those things, it's going to be very hard to get any amount of credit, get anything pretty much, unless you go to these buy here pay here's that's going to jack you up. Mm-hmm. That's going to make you pay triple the amount of the card. Maybe a $5,000 card, when you finish, it's going to be $15,000.
True. And they don't ever report it to your credit.
And they don't report it to your credit. So do not fall for the scheme that, hey, we'll help you build your credit, because that is not true. And I'm going to repeat this one more time. Stay away from tote the note car lots. If you can, now if it's just something you just really need a car, but do your best to avoid those car places, because they do not report to your credit. They do not build your credit. They only help you if you do not pay, then they report you.
Right. And also, like some of these furniture stores.
Same thing, yeah.
You pay weekly and bi-weekly. If you have to go and, purchase something, they have a 90-day same as cash.
Right.
So if you need a living room set, make sure you pay it off in 90 days.
Right, because if not, guess what? Your interest is going to triple.
True.
And they're going to put more money on there, and you can't go back to that 90-day same as cash. So there's nothing wrong with going to, because at Aaron's is a place that does report to your credit.
Okay.
So if you need furniture, go to Aaron's. They'll report to your credit. Just make sure you keep the 90 days same as cash, so that you can get that low interest rate and still have that good credit rating.
Right,
to boost your credit. So those are little things, tricks. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm a debt collector, but I'm an honest debt collector. I'm not one of those debt collectors that just want your money. It's good to get a commission, but we don't really... Do we get commission? We get paid by the hour. So,
right,
it is what it is, but you do get extra incentives, so I'm not going to lie like you don't. And, that's always a plus. But I'm one of those debt collectors that let me help you get this taken care of, so you can... I'm not the... I've been in medical collections for a year, and then now I'm in rent debt, and we do all kind of stuff. I actually am licensed to work in every state it is, pretty much. So it's not like I'm just sitting around Nashville doing this. Like, this is what I do. This is my career. It's not just a job. So when I see people that are on these ads and they're charging people $500-$600 to clear their credit, I'm like, you can do that yourself.
You really can.
And do not believe the myth that just because you say, hey, send me this and send me that, it's going to go away.
Nope, it doesn't.
It's not. Guess what? It's going to come back in a few years, and then it's going to be back on your credit. So I don't believe in paying somebody $400 or $500 to clear your credit when you can do it yourself, and we're going to tell you how to do that.
Yeah.
So, and when you are, what are your tips on clearing your credit? And then I'll tell you how I feel that people should do it.
Well, first of all, you need to know what's hindering your credit. What's got your credit low. Meaning,
make sure you pull your credit report.
Yeah.
You can go to freecreditreport.com and get a free one every day. But me, I'm a Credit Karma type of person. So I go to Credit Karma. I'm always on Credit Karma because, baby, once you have had bad credit and you get it good, you trust me, you don't want it to go bad. You can always go to Credit Karma. It's free. Check your credit whenever you want.
Yeah.
They will alert you if something comes on your credit.
Yeah.
What you need to do is always pull your credit report. When you get your taxes, pay those little bitty things down, because most of us got little bitty stuff that really don't even matter, and you will be amazed at how your credit goes up. Now, if you see something that should not be there or out of statute, you dispute it.
Yeah. First, when you do dispute it, make sure it's in writing.
Yes. Or, well, now you can call us and we dispute it for you. You don't have to write it.
Yeah.
You know.
But
I don't know.
It's valid. Right. No. Yeah. It's valid when you do it in writing. That way you have track of it.
Yeah. That's true too. Ask those creditors to provide the paperwork I signed. Mm-hmm. And guess what? If they can't provide that, they can't prove that you owe it. Which means that's the same thing that person is telling you to pay them $500 for. You know what they're going to do? They're going to sit down on their couch, go to your credit report, and just hit dispute. The same thing that you can do. Yeah. Or write a letter to the credit bureaus and say, hey, I need proof of this. I need you to show me. And if they can't produce that within 30 days, then it has to come off your credit. But the main thing is pay your debt. If a credit agency calls you, you can set up a payment plan. Mm-hmm. You could see if there's a lower rate, see if there's a settlement. But if you really just believe these people that, hey, they can't charge you for medical debt, they can't charge you, that's a lie. They can, and they will, and it will hinder you. Yeah. So don't be afraid of the credit agencies. What you need to do is find out what's on your credit score and get it taken care of. Yeah. Pay your debts. Even if you only have to do it $20. I don't know if y'all do payment plans. We do payment plans.
Yeah. I think all of them should do
it. You set up a payment plan. Yeah. You have to start working those debts clean off of your credit. Right. I'm so proud of us as a culture that most of us now do own our homes and are business owners. And guess what? You have to have your credit in order to do that. I don't care how much money you have. If you don't have credit, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. We in the world now that you have to have credit. I mean, you can have the money. That's good, but credit is a little better, you know. Even though you have it, don't mean you have to use it, but it's good to have. So, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, as far as, let's just say you got $10,000, you want to go purchase this car. If you got bad credit, how many banks you think going to loan to you?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the ones with high interest rates. Yeah. And then that's not going to benefit you in the long run. So make sure you're paying down those debts. Pull your credit report. Even if you have to do one month, one next month, pay the debts. Get them taken care of, because it's not a miracle that's going to make them go away. Even if somebody can tell you, you pay me $500, I'm going to clean your payment, your credit, it's going to come back. Right. Especially if you know you owe it.
Yeah, that's true. That can come back. But also remember, too, like if you have credit card debt and you also have like loans, a lot of people think when you pay the loans back, that will kind of boost your credit. But really, if you pay the credit cards, which are revolving, because that means you have that line of credit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The loans, you have to reapply. So if you have to reapply for it, then that's not going to help you. So the ones that you don't have to reapply, and once you pay it down, you can still use it, those are the ones that's going to actually help you and help boost your credit. So try to pay those first. You know, but pay all of them, but try to get those down first. That shows that you got that line of credit. You know,
and keep it open. Even if you pay it, let's just say you got a $500 credit